Good afternoon and welcome back to my studio. Today we are going to paint an old oak tree. I'm going to show you how you can blow the paint around on your paper and get kind of some fun branches and twigs going on. So we're going to start with painting in the background. But first I want to tell you what colors I'm going to use today. Normally I use the Winsor Newton in my regular palette, this one here that I like. But I got some new colors that I actually won because one of my paintings got first prize at the Share Watercolor Society's winter show. And part of my prize was a palette. This palette here, watercolor palette, and it's a travel palette, so I might use it when I'm going abroad next month. So I'm testing it out. This is what it looks like, and I put the colors in. Just a few of the colors I got. I got a huge set from Mission Gold watercolors. And what's unique about them, they don't have any of that silicon dioxide, which is a thickening agent that is used in the manufacturing of watercolor paints normally. They're not using that. So that's their claim to fame, so to speak. That's what sets them apart. So we're going to test them out today. Why not? And I did this little color swatch of the colors that I have in my travel palette here. And we're going to use some of those, and I'm going to tell you which one we're using as we go along. So anyway, let's get started. I'm going to just paint in a light background, and I don't know if you can see. I keep my pencil lines really light because I'm blowing this tree, so I don't want to have too many lines. I'm going to see where the paint goes. I'm going to help it along a little bit, but anyway, so let's get started. And as usual, I'm going to spray my paint so they're ready. Alrighty, so colors are ready. Let's get some water going on the paper. And as usual, I have my 2 containers of water. I try to keep one clean and the other one used to rinse out my brushes. I'm just painting on a small 5x7 piece of paper. I'm going to just put some water on. It's going to be my sky area. Just painting over the tree. It's okay. So lots of water because I want to keep it light. The tree is going to be the dark. And there it is. I think I got it all covered pretty well. I want it really wet. So there we have it. Alright, so I'm going to go with like the cobalt blue here. Let's try that one out. So that's what it looks like. They're quite intense, these colors, I'm finding. Alright, so let's put a little bit of that ultramarine way at the top. Ooh, really dark. But as we know, watercolors, they dry quite a bit lighter, especially when you have this much water on the paper as I do here. I'm painting on 300-pound Arches cold pressed paper. That's my favorite watercolor paper to paint on. Let's get a little bit more of that cobalt blue number 1 in here, and we'll call that good. And let's see, I can lift it up and let the colors mix and mingle a little bit. So anyway, I'm going to wait for those to dry, and then I think I'll deal, actually, now that I think about it, I think I'll deal with the land part of it later, because I'm going to show you another fun thing, how to scrape in some rocks with an old credit card. How about that? Alright, let's have it dry and then I'll be back. Alrighty, the sky is dry, and I'm going to get some colors on. We're going to blow the colors on with a straw. And first I'm going to wet my colors, and I'm going to use these Mission Gold colors again, and I'm going to use the blues I already used, the cobalt blue and the French ultramarine. No, it isn't French, it's ultramarine, sorry. I'm going to use some burnt sienna, some Indian yellow I do believe, and yellow deep. So here you can see I just sprayed them. I'm definitely also going to use some of that indigo. Maybe a little bit of the red, we'll see. Alrighty, first I'm going to get some colors mixed up, and we'll just put that away so you can see. So let's see here. Here's that Indian yellow. I kind of like that one. It's a nice kind of golden yellow. Has a nice glow to it. And I just squeezed it out on my palette this morning, so it's still kind of wet. And I have noticed that these Mission Gold colors are very intense. So that should be plenty. So basically, and then here is a little bit of that yellow deep. Put a little bit of that one on. Clean out my brush. And I'm going to get some of this burnt sienna on. And so I'm keeping the warm colors here. I'm not mixing them together, I'm having them in separate puddles, and they're going to get mixed as I go along, no doubt. And I'm thinking maybe just for fun I should throw in just a little bit of this red. Permanent red, it's called. Alrighty, I have my blues already over here. So I'm going to take some of that indigo and I'm going to put that here. By the blue, not mix it up with the blue. I think that'll be good. Okay, so now you know what's going on in my palette, so I'm going to put it back. And I try to adjust my camera so that you can see when I blow and not just see the back of my head. So we'll see how that goes. So first, I am going to lay in some water for my color to run in. Here we go. And I just kind of dab in some water. Dab it down along where I have some branches going. I don't know exactly how this tree is going to develop because, you know, I'm blowing the colors on, so who knows. I adjust as I go and I try to be happy with what I get. How about that? If we could learn that in life in general, we'll be better off, I think. So, as far as light goes, I have to make up my mind where my light source is. I think I want to put it on that side. And the only reason I want to know that is I'm going to put more of those yellows and the warm colors on that side. All the colors are going to mix. And then I'm going to put some of that indigo. And I have can you see how much color I have on here? I have a lot of color on. Because I need to be able to blow it. That's the whole point. Alright, so there we have yellow and indigo right now. We have Indian yellow, we have some of that yellow deep. I'm going to put some of my burnt sienna in. Here and there. And I'm also going to put some of that red in that I decided to add. So, as you can see, no rhyme or reason. Alright, so little red here, little red there. I think this is a pretty good beginning. We'll see how good it is in a bit. So now I'm going to take my straw and I'm going to kind of get behind the color. So see how wet it is? Super wet. It's just running all over. And just a little at a time. So if it doesn't want to go where you want it to go, I just put in a little bit of water. Kind of tell it, this is the way I want you to go. So I'm putting in a little bit more here. It can be a little bit fatter. And this one can be one of the really fat branches. So if you try to get it, if you just kind of get it started a little bit, it helps a lot. And I don't blow too hard, because then it's going to go all over the place, and I'm trying to think about a tree. So when I blow, put in a little bit dark here and there. Alright, so I think we're good. We'll go a little bit further. Maybe this needs to be a little fatter. Give it the inclination. Alright, here you go again. See? I hope you can see. All right. And as you can see, I turn the paper around. Let's get a little bit more. Here, this one also. So I'm just little by little putting in, as you can see, whenever I need to, I put in some more, and they nicely mix and everything. And see, because I put the light colors here, I get kind of a nice glow there. I like that. Let's make it a little darker here on this side. Maybe a little fatter here. And I kind of like to get some of those little roots, I think they are. Maybe I should put a little bit of yellow in here. The yellow seems to be swallowed up a little bit, but that's okay. A bit more yellow in here. Can you see how it runs? Just cleaning up this branch. Kind of like that direction, and this one needs to go. This one could go a little bit like that. You can talk to yourself when you paint, it's okay. Let's see. All right. Let's see. What do you think? I think it's pretty okay myself. Blew in a little bit of a highlight there. This one here could be a little fatter right there, and this branch could also be a little fatter and maybe have like a something going out there. Let's see. All right. So there, you can just work at it little by little by little. It doesn't have to be all in one go. You can go in and fix things as needed. Just vary the color a little bit. And while it's still damp, I can put in a little bit of dark here and there. Just correcting what I see. This is kind of a tree that'll be in a, I'm thinking a Hans Christian Andersen fairy tale or something like that. I think we're good. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it like that.